Apologies. Hi everyone. As Alice mentioned, I work with People's Choice Credit Union as a talent acquisitions specialist. And I'm here today to provide you with some useful tips and tricks on how to stand out from the crowd and do your job search. Okay. Can't see me. In terms of an overview of what I'll be talking to you about today, so I'll be covering off who is People's Choice Credit Union, the recruitment process and what to expect, what makes a standout candidate. I'll be covering some tips and tricks in terms of your cover letter and resume to help you stand out from the crowd. I'll also provide some tips and tricks on phone interviews and also cold canvassing. I did mention that we might have some opportunities for questions at the end, but we'll cover that off in the panel discussion. So, who is People's Choice Credit Union? So we are Australia's second largest credit union with over 360,000 members across Australia. So we are a national organisation. We have 41 branches and 5 advice centres in South Australia, the Northern Territory, Victoria, Western Australia, and the Australian Capital Territory, so a lot of job opportunities for People's Choice. Our national contact centre is based here in Adelaide, and our head office is also based here in Adelaide. And we have approximately $10 billion worth of funds under management and advice. We provide services in home loans, personal loans, financial planning and basic banking products. And at the moment we have around 1,050 employees nationally. And our members are our shareholders as well. So People's Choice is also actively involved in the local community through events and sponsorships and volunteering. Some of the major events that we are a part of is the Credit Union Christmas Pageant. Has anyone been to the Christmas Pageant or seen it on TV? No? Well, we've got, you do, thank you. So our next Christmas pageant is going to be held on the 10th of November. It's a great opportunity to come on down and have a look. It's particularly great if you have children. A fantastic South Australian event that our staff can volunteer and be a part of and give back to the community. We also kickstart the St George Tour Down Under with the People's Choice Undies Run for Bowel Cancer. So again, another opportunity to be a part of that and volunteer. And we also run the People's Choice Community Lottery. So I'm not sure if anyone's seen that advertised on TV lately, but we're currently running that lottery, and that closes. Tickets are available until the 31st of August, and a great opportunity to be enchanted in a car and some other products. And basically, all of the ticket sales towards the lottery go towards various charities around Australia. So we are also a diverse organisation. We're always looking at ways to diversify our workforce. And we have a diversity strategy in place, given that we are a community organisation. So we offer facilities within our head office, such as parent feeding rooms and reflection of prayer rooms. So we really are a culturally aware organisation. And we also consider candidates on working visas for employment opportunities with us as well. More recently we've partnered with Immigration SA, and we've successfully employed candidates via Immigration SA through our National Contact Centre. So that's a little bit about People's Choice. In terms of the recruitment process within our organisation and also within other organisations, it is a fairly standard process. Once the role has been advertised and the job ad closes, the hiring manager or the recruitment consultant will typically resume screen from there. Should you progress to the next stage, you'll be contacted by either the hiring manager or a recruiter to conduct a phone screen, and you'll be shortlisted for the phone screen. From there, all going well, you'll be invited to participate in a psychometric assessment or a general reasoning assessment. Now, that's not, strict amongst all organisations, but we are seeing that more often happening within most organisations. From there, we invited in for a face-to-face interview with the hiring manager or perhaps a recruitment consultant. And all going well with your interview, that's when we will look at conducting reference checks. And from there, a police check depending on the organisation that you're looking at working for. So I guess we'll probably see that sort of more within government organisations and agencies or organisations that are highly regulated, so for example banking and finance. And all going on, you've ticked all the boxes, that's when we would look at an appointment and onboarding you into the organisation. So basically I'm here today to talk about what makes a standout candidate. So I guess at People's Choice in particular, we are looking for someone that has strong communication skills and a positive attitude, someone that demonstrates drive and initiative, what does work well in your favour, I guess, is someone that shows evidence that they've researched the company. That really shows that you have a vested interest in the company and that's someone that you really want to work for. So couldn't encourage that enough. We're also looking at, someone that stands out to us is someone that is willing to learn and evolve, and someone who's committed to a long-term career. So a lot of money and time is spent in terms of training someone up to come on board. So, you know, given that those circumstances, we are looking for someone that is in it for the long haul. And what is particularly important as well is neat business attire. So particularly at People's Choice, as I mentioned to you earlier, our head office is based here in Adelaide, so you're always on display to executives and senior management. So I can't stress that enough, that how important neat business attire is, because I guess at the end of the day, it's your personal brand. So in terms of some tips and tricks for your cover letter and your resume, first off, here's some, I guess, do's and don'ts. So do be concise and to the point when it comes to your cover letter. Keep the letter to one page if possible. Tailor the letter to a target audience. I guess in terms of that, you know, you should tailor your letter to each role that you've applied for, because that obviously shows that you're keen on that opportunity and that particular opportunity. Do write in an enthusiastic tone, and also use a font that is easy to read. So it's really all about making it easy for the hiring manager or the recruiter to take a quick snapshot in terms of your experience. And make sure you proofread the letter before you send it. There's nothing worse than opening up a letter and seeing grammatical errors or spelling mistakes. Doesn't show that you've got good and strong attention to detail. In terms of don'ts, don't repeat your resume. We've already got your resume, so this is an opportunity for you to shine through in terms of your personality. And as I mentioned before, don't use a generic impersonalised letter, so tailor that letter to the target audience. Don't include information that's not relevant to the job, because at the end of the day, you're applying for a job. And don't overdo the technical jargon. So translate your skills into business terms to showcase your personality. You know, you can leave the technical jargon, to the resume. And a lot of the time, you know, someone that is receiving your cover letter and your resume may not necessarily work in the department that you want to work in. So it's best just to leave out the technical jargon so your personality can really shine through. In terms of your resume, do keep your resume short and uncluttered, so 2 to 3 pages is best. Ensure you keep it professional. Do include your contact info, so this section should cover your name, your email address, your phone number, your address, and your LinkedIn URL if you have one. So as Hilary mentioned before, definitely get onto LinkedIn if you don't have a profile. It's again another way that you could network, and obviously it gives us a little bit of insight in terms of your background. Do list your achievements, and also set out your resume so that you use headings and subheadings to highlight sections such as your education, your career history, and your referees. Again, it's all about making it easy for the hiring manager or the recruiter to read. Do use bullet points and headings to keep information organised, pointed and punchy. And use keywords that match the job posting. So again, when someone is reviewing your resume in that first 15 seconds, we get a snapshot of, are your skills aligned to the role? And always check your resume for grammar and spelling, as I mentioned before, in terms of the cover letter. So I guess if English is not your first language, have a native speaker who also writes well review your documents, and that will ensure that there are no mistakes. In terms of the don'ts with your resume, don't try and hide gaps. So just be honest and confident when you're explaining unemployment periods. And if you are, whilst you're unemployed, volunteering or studying, include that in your resume so that we know that you have been doing things whilst you've been unemployed. And also that volunteer experience, can translate into the role that you're applying for. Don't list contact details that aren't up to date. How are we going to contact you? So please ensure that your phone number and email address is up to date. And don't use an unprofessional email address. So for example, I love puppies@hotmail.com. Think about what kind of image your email address is portraying to a prospective employer as well. And don't include information regarding your marital status, your date of birth, or a photograph, unless you're going for a modelling job. This really isn't necessary and doesn't demonstrate your skill set and your experience. So has anyone sort of ever followed these types of tips and tricks before, or have any sort of tips and tricks they can add? Anyone? Tough crowd. So all going well with your, all going well with your cover letter and your resume, you'll be invited to participate in a telephone interview. So here are some tips and tricks which will help you prepare for that. So first up, have an active professional voicemail. As Hilary mentioned earlier, first impressions last. So make sure that's 100% professional. You list your name, because a lot of the times I've called people and it's just gone straight to a beep. How do I know I've contacted the right person and that their number is the correct number on the resume? Create a checklist, so review the job posting and make a list of how your qualifications match the hiring criteria, and then have that list available so you can glance at it during the interview. So there's nothing wrong with being prepared, and also will show that you've got a keen interest in the role. Keep your resume in clear view, so it's at your fingertips when you need to answer any questions that the recruiter might ask. And do your research on the company. Again, I mentioned that earlier, but that is crucial because it does show that you have a keen interest in working for that organisation, and it doesn't appear as though you've applied to 100 different roles. And have a few practical examples ready in the event that you're asked any behavioural-based questions that align to the job criteria. Predominantly, this often happens more in a face-to-face interview, but from time to time, you may get that with a phone screen. So just keep those handy and use the STAR approach in terms of behavioural-based questions. So the situation, the task, the action, and the result. And you can Google that as well in terms of the STAR approach and behaviour-based interviews if you're not sure about that. Have a pen and paper ready and handy for note-taking. And ensure that you're in a quiet room, free from distractions. So ensure that you're not out and about on a busy street. I mean, I've had situations where I've called a candidate for a phone screen and they've been out on a busy street and it sounds like they're at a rock concert. So I definitely would say make sure that you're in a quiet room, free from distractions. Otherwise it can be quite distracting, not only for the hiring manager, but for you as well. I've also had situations where candidates have been eating on the phone while I've been talking to them. Again, doesn't portray a professional image, so I wouldn't encourage that also. And if the time isn't convenient, ask if you can call back or suggest another time. So again, if you're out on that busy street or you're in a food court, there's no harm in asking if you can call back and arrange a time to have a chat. So, in terms of, other ways to stand out from the crowd, another way to stand out from the crowd and to target specific organisations that you want to work for is by cold calling or cold canvassing. Has anyone tried cold calling before or cold canvassing before? Doesn't necessarily have to be here in South Australia, but anyone who have? And how did that go?
Very well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Interview tomorrow.
Fantastic. Great. So I can think of, a couple of situations within the last sort of 6 months where I've had 2 people cold call me, and that's actually led to employment. So definitely encourage you to give that a go as well, because that's another opportunity to get in front of a hiring manager. So does cold calling work? Oops. Yes, it does, as we just said. But some of you may, cold calling may make some of you nervous. So I'm going to run through, some tips and tricks on how to combat those nerves. So in terms of some tips and tricks around cold calling, make a list of contacts. So tap into your networks or make a list of ideal companies that you want to work for. So again, can't stress this enough how important this is. Particularly at People's Choice, we encourage our staff to provide staff referrals. When someone does provide a referral, out of courtesy, we'll always contact them and give them a call. So if you know someone that works somewhere, ask if they can refer your resume for you, because it may end up in a call and you're speaking to a hiring manager, and it just provides you with another opportunity to get in touch with another network. Do your research. So I've covered this a few times already, but do your research on the company that you want to work for. You'll be able to show how much you know and prove that you're the right person for the job when you're calling. Write a script. So it will help you to remember what to say and assist with speaking clearly as well. Make some practice calls. So if you are a bit nervous, sit down with a friend or a family member and just run through a potential scenario and a practice call. It will only help you. And work out when to call. So there are good and bad times of the day to call. So I would suggest avoiding the start of the day or the end of the working day or during lunch. So I'd probably suggest giving your target person a call either at around sort of 10 to 11:30, and then from 2 to 3:30. That's probably the ideal times of the day to give them a call. In the morning, first thing, they're catching up on emails and that sort of thing, and at the end of the day, you're trying to get last minute work finished and completed. So work out the time that it's best. And schedule a time to have a chat. So gauge the temperature with the recruitment consultant or the hiring manager, and if it's the right time to have a chat. So always keep that in mind. Hiring managers and recruitment consultants are very busy people. They're working on multiple roles at one time. So, just because you give them the call, that they may not be available, or they may be rushing you to a meeting. So, ask if you can schedule a time to have a chat, and that way it's locked in and you have a set time and you've got their full attention. And get your gear together. So, have a pen and paper handy to take notes, as I mentioned previously. A copy of your resume and also your script ready to go as well. You'll also get your slides, by the way. Another important thing to remember is to dress to impress. So dress as though, even if you're at home, dress as though you're going to work or to an interview, and that will put you in a more professional frame of mind when you are making calls. Stay focused. So find somewhere quiet to call, away from interruptions or distractions, as I mentioned earlier. You don't want the hiring manager thinking you're at a rock concert. Be polite and smile. So smiling will project a positive image and will change the tone of your voice. And take notes. So keep track of who you've called and the outcome of your conversation as well. Especially if you're applying for a number of different roles, that way you know who you've spoken to, from what organisation, and what the outcome was. And review the call and confirm next steps. So, once you've spoken to the hiring manager, was the next step to submit your resume, or was it to connect via LinkedIn? So take note of that, and as I mentioned previously, LinkedIn is a really a great tool in terms of expanding your network as well, and finding about job opportunities that may not necessarily be listed on Seek. And be persistent. So if you haven't heard back within a week or two, don't be afraid to call back. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I've had a situation recently where I had someone cold call me She was looking for work in marketing. We didn't have any marketing opportunities available. She called back the following week. She saw that on our website that we had another opportunity available that also aligned to her skill set. And just by her calling back, she's actually landed employment with us. So it's not necessarily in marketing, but it is in another field, and she's sort of got that her foot in the door with our organisation, so that when a marketing opportunity does become available, then she's already got the understanding of how we operate as a business and our products and that sort of thing. So don't shy away from those type of opportunities as well. And don't get discouraged. So not every call is going to end in a good result, but don't be shy to ask for advice about someone else who might be able to help you, or another business you could contact about finding work. So keep calling until something works out. So we'll leave the questions to the discussion panel, but thank you. I'm also happy to take any questions at the networking refreshments period. And also my colleague Cameron over there is also within the acquisition team at People's Choice, and he's happy to take any questions